Hello there, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talking Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today, courtesy of our friends across the pond at boxing247.com. Let's start off with the weekend results featuring Tank Davis. Boxing superstar and five-time world champion Gervonta Tank Davis sent a supportive, sold-out crowd in the nation's capital home happy with another memorable victory as he displayed his skills and then stopped super featherweight champ Hector Luis Garcia in the ninth round Saturday night, headlining live on Showtime pay-per-view. And that was held down at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., and an event presented by Premier Boxing Champions. The Baltimore native Davis delighted the 19,000 plus fans in attendance at the sold-out event as he methodically broke down the previously unbeaten Garcia before hurting him badly with his vaunted left hand late in the eighth round, as adequately described by Mike Orr on his show yesterday, Knockout of the Week. Visibly shaken on his way back to the corner, Garcia stayed on his stool as the bell for round 9 rang. Moments later, his trainer, Bob Santos, advised referee Albert Earl Brown to stop the fight, with the official stoppage coming 13 seconds into round 9. In other fight news on that event, rising welterweight star Jaron Boots Ennis, 30-0, 27 knockouts, cruised to a unanimous decision victory over Karen Chudhadzian. He's now 21-2. To earn the vacant interim IBF welterweight title after going 12 rounds for the first time by a score of 120-108 3 times. Pay-per-view action also saw the hard-hitting Roman Villa, 26-1, 24 knockouts, storm back on the scorecards by dropping the previously unbeaten Rashidi Ellis, who's now 24-1, 15 knockouts twice in the 12th and final round to win a thrilling majority decision in their IBF welterweight title eliminator. One judge scored the fight 113-113, but was overruled by 114-112 tallies in favor of Villa. And finally, in the pay-per-view opener, unbeaten former two-division champion Demetrius Bubu Andrade, 32-0, 19 knockouts, earned a shutout unanimous decision in his super middleweight as he dropped Demond Nicholson, 26-5-1, by the way, 22 knockouts, twice across the 10 rounds. I felt good. I can definitely tell the difference at the new weights at Andrade, who won by 3 scores of 108-88. But the speed and combination and using my IQ was the plan today, and that's what we did. The weight was different. Andrade, a former world champion at 154 and 160 pounds, leapt at Nicholson and connected with a left hook just moments after the opening bell, setting the tone for the action to follow. Andrade sent Nicholson to the canvas in round 2 with a combo to the head, although Nicholson claimed the knockdown should have been ruled a slip. Nicholson nearly changed the tide early in round 5 as he appeared to connect with a body shot on Andrade that sent him to the canvas. However, referee Malik Olid called the sequence a slip before Andrade rose to his feet to win the round. There you go. Elsewhere, we saw Vito Mielnicki Jr. scoring a 4th-round knockout over Omar Rosales. And Brandon Lee, 27-0, by the way, in a super lightweight attraction, dominated Argentina's Diego Luga. And Trevon Marshall, 7-0, remains undefeated as he blitzed San Antonio's Sean West. So there you go, sports fans. A bit of result for you coming out of Washington on a PBC event. Coming up, we have Ty Tomlin, who I've mentioned quite often due to his appearances at local schools, talking about the benefits of staying straight and the benefits of boxing as well. Anyway, Ty Tomlin, fresh off his motivational speaking commitments engagements in his community, is about to head off to face Donald Bulldog Ward, 18-11-1, 8 knockouts out of Memphis, Tennessee. Tomlin, by the way, is out of Cheatham County, Tennessee, and the bout is scheduled 8 rounds and will take place at the Bruce Convention Center in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It'll take place on Saturday, January 14th, and is presented by 116 Productions in association with Dabella Entertainment. No news on the undercard, so hopefully we'll get some more news from Lou DiBella shortly on that one. Let me take you over to another fight coming up in Las Vegas. On January 21st, we're going to see Jonathan Guidry face Bermain Stavern. The world's greatest boxing promoter, Don King, is returning to Casino Miami Jai Alai with another sensational championship card, the Clash of Champions, Let Freedom Ring. That's taking place on Saturday, January 21st. As I said, the card will be highlighted by the WBA NABA Gold Heavyweight Championship as NABA Gold Heavyweight Champion Jonathan Guidry, out of Dulac, Louisiana, by the way, will be risking his title against former WBC Heavyweight Champion Bermain Stavern. He's 25-5-1, by the way, 21 knockouts, and he's out of Las Vegas, Nevada, via Canada. Tickets are on sale, and the card will be presented streaming live on donking.com, and doors are open at 6 p.m. I believe that'll be Eastern time, and the action will begin at 7 p.m. So there you go. Rias Boxing Promotions kicks off their 2023 schedule with Down and Dirty number 5, and that's scheduled for Saturday, January 28th at the Lowell Auditorium in Lowell, Massachusetts. Reyes Boxing Promotions hosted 3 action-packed cards in 2022, featuring exciting matchups between local New England area fighters. In 2023, Reyes Boxing is to continue, their goal is to continue putting on entertaining cards while providing fighters the opportunity to remain active. It's promoted in association with Fire Fist Boxing Promotions, and tickets for Down and Dirty 5 are now on sale. And those unable to make it to the Lowell Auditorium can watch the event live on ReyesBoxingTV.com. Doors are open at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and the opening bell is scheduled for 5. Elsewhere, let's take a look at Anthony Yarde, and he says the biggest fight of his career upcoming. Anthony Yarde is approaching what he calls the biggest fight of his career on January 28th at a venue where it all began for him as a professional back in 2015. On the 9th of May in 2015, Mitch Mitchell was in the opposite corner in what was formerly known as Wembley Arena, and he lasted 15 seconds into the second round. On January 28th, which will be shown live on BT Sport over in the UK, at the newly titled OVO Arena in Wembley, Yarde goes up against the formidable unified world light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev for 3 belts. Getting ready for his triple assault on the world light heavyweight honors with the confines of the box up crime gym in the heart of Ilford, Yarde cuts a contented figure. Sure of himself, knowing what he is coming up against, and utterly convinced he'll be going home with the bounty, by the way. He says, "I'm relaxed. I'm good. It is the biggest fight of my career," said the 31-year-old. I'm definitely happy that I finally got to this stage, and in my mind, I have got to bring to reality where I'm going afterward as well. You know what? I've watched boxing even before I started. I like to watch the big moments and how they all come around. My best performances have always been when I've been the underdog. I like being in that position at this stage of my career, and I just feel like January 28th is going to be a very special night for me. Yeah, I'll say it's going to be special. I'm pretty sure Beterbiev will knock him out. Let's have a quick look here. Beterbiev versus Anthony Yarde for the WBC, WBO, and IBF World Light Heavyweight titles. As I said, takes place at the OVO Arena, Wembley, January 28th, live on BT Sport. And the bumper card also features WBA World Flyweight title fight between unbeaten fighters Artem Dalakian versus David Jimenez. Willie Hutchinson and Carol Utuama fight for the WBO Intercontinental and WBC International Light Heavyweight titles, respectively, with the show also featuring 2 prospects, Charles Frankham, Umar Khan, as well as Sam Noakes, Joshua Frankham, Khalid Ali, and Tommy Fletcher. Tickets, by the way, for over in the UK for this fight are priced at 50 quid, and they're available from AXS.com, or just go to talkandfight.com. Granite Chin Promotions promotes Turf War 4 on February 18th. Granite Chin, a promoter who we've been talking about quite a lot over the past year, has announced it will present its first boxing event in Melrose, Turf War number 4, Pro-Am card, February 18th at the Melrose Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. Turf War 4, which will be streamed live on Boxing TV, will mark Granite Chin's first promotion in Melrose, which is located in the greater Boston area. I'm excited to be running for the first time at the Melrose Memorial Hall, said Granite Chin president Chris Triadi. Over the last few years, there have been some exciting local shows there, and it will be nice to have Granite Chin be part of the boxing legacy of Melrose Memorial Hall. Massachusetts middleweight champion Anthony the Gentle Savage Andriozzi, he's 4-2, will make his first title defense in the 6-round main event versus challenger Jamar Jones out of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. In his last fight this past November, Andriozzi captured the vacant title with a 6-round majority decision in Bridgewater, Massachusetts versus Julian Baptiste. Elsewhere on this fight, we're going to see a 6-rounder, which pits former New England heavyweight champion Justin Crazy Train Rolfe, fighting out of Fairfield, Maine, against Jonathan Gruber, 3-1, out of Falls River, Massachusetts, for the vacant USBF title. Rolfe will return to the ring for the first time in 10 months. Former New England welterweight champion Mike Badman Ohan Jr. will bounce back from his last fight in December against undefeated U.S. Olympian Tiger Johnson, who's 7-0, in which the popular Holbrook fighter gained respect at a national level for his tough performance, albeit in a loss by way of 5th-round stoppage. The fight was at famed Madison Square Garden in New York and streamed live on ESPN+. Ohan will face Puerto Rican junior welterweight Daniel the Hudson Valley Kid Sastre. He's 13-22-1, by the way, in a scheduled 10-round bout. The opening fight on the pro card matches New Jersey welterweight Tyrone Hands of Stone Lucky, 16-19-4, by the way. The former ABF USA Mid-American Super Lightweight title holder and veteran Indianapolis fighter Dwayne Wisdom in a 4-rounder. This is going to be an action-packed card from top to bottom, Triadi added. Putting on the amateurs is always a nice way to get a look at the future boxing in the area. I have no doubt that both the amateurs and the pros will come to fight and put on a show for fans in attendance and those buying the live stream at boxingtv.com. And finally, a bit of news out of the UK, courtesy of Boxer, that's BOXXER. Adam the Assassin Azim, 7-0, undefeated, 6 knockouts, returns to the ring at London's OVO Wembley Arena on Saturday, February 11th for a showdown with undefeated South American Santos Reyes. He's 12-0, 3 knockouts. With 6 consecutive stoppage victories, have now established Azim as the world's leading heavyweight prospect. In 2022, he won the BBC Sport Young Fighter of the Year award and Boxing News 2022 Prospect of the Year. Also stepping up is Azim's stablemate, Sweet Caroline Dubois, also undefeated, 5-0, 4 knockouts, and she faces 4-time Argentinian national champion Yamila Ablanida. She's 15-5-1. The English middleweight championship will be on the line when newly crowned champion Tyler Denny, 15-2-3, makes his first defensive title as he faces undefeated Cornwall man Brad Pauls, 16-0. Rising cruiserweight threat Vidal Riley, 7-0, who's won all 3 of his 2022 fights by way of knockout and aims to continue that against Boxer Series tournament veteran Anis Taj. So this looks to be a pretty good fight, and we'll stay tuned to see if there's any more undercard announcements courtesy of Boxer. And that, my friends, ends this episode today. Thank you for joining me here on Talk and Fight. Look forward to seeing you at 4 p.m. Eastern Time when we join Cedric Ben and Mike Orr for their show, Knuckle Up. Thank you. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell.